Hey guys, it's Stephen here, back with another video and another match preview. Manchester City head to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tonight to take on Spurs in the FA Cup fourth round. Of course, we're there because of a 5-0 victory against Huddersfield, but this is not going to be a fun time tonight. Maybe it will be. Maybe I'm talking nonsense here. I don't know. But I'm not too confident about it for very obvious reasons. I just saw a stat, by the way, that said at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, City have 0 goals from XG of around 9.5. So we are ridiculously bad at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And there's a reason Guardiola said his next target after the treble would be, and I quote, to score a goal at Spurs away. It has to end eventually, surely. So maybe this is where it ends tonight. So guys, of course, I will be doing my watch along tonight as well. So that'll be live at around 7 or something like that. I think the game kicks at 7:30 tonight. So I will see you there later on. But of course, now I'm going to take a little bit of a look at what we can expect tonight ahead of this game of football. Please do give the video a like. Please subscribe if you are new to the channel. And once again, let me know if you're enjoying these pre-recorded videos as opposed to the lives. The lives will still carry on. Probably be more in the evenings and match reactions and watch-alongs and so on. But more kind of videos like this when I've got a bit of time during the day, given my very busy life these days looking after my son. But yeah, so this game, it is Spurs away. Spurs away, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Our results have been terrible there. Spurs are a good side this season. They're currently sat 5th in the Premier League, 8 points off the top, of course, coming off the back of a massive injury crisis. But overall, it is a team pretty much reinvigorated by the arrival of Ange Postecoglu, who's done an awful lot positive over there at the moment for them. They're looking pretty good. The last result, of course, was a 2-2 draw at United, which is a weird one given their current form. They did beat Burnley 1-0 in the FA Cup to get here to this point. Before that, of course, a 3-1 victory against Bournemouth and Brighton and so on. So Brighton was a loss, but they're looking pretty decent. I'll get onto this more in a little bit more detail in a bit. Of course, this game is going to be a really interesting one. Who will be involved? Who won't be involved? Can we get over that Spurs kind of fear? We will see, of course. Time will tell us. Guardiola, of course, was talking a little bit at the press conference about a few things. He talked a bit about 𝙏𝙬𝙨𝙩𝙧, of course, joining Man United. He made some very funny comments that have sort of triggered quite a lot of United fans, thinking he was being snide. All he was saying is like, no, an executive does not change everything on their own. Players do, work does, etc., etc. And he's right to say that. And he said he wished 𝙏𝙬𝙨𝙪 an awful lot of luck. He talked about Calvin Phillips, who, as I'm recording this, is literally just been confirmed as a West Ham United player. He said, Calvin Phillips said, in that position, we needed another thing that sometimes I struggle to see a little in him. That's all. But the quality is there. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in the national team and to do incredible things he did at Leeds. So Guardiola confirmed that Calvin Phillips, essentially, he just couldn't do what he wanted him to do at times, which is a shame. Sorry if this is a little bit dark, by the way. It's gone a bit dark during this. I'll just brighten it a little bit during the edit. So basically, Guardiola's confirmed that he just couldn't get done what he wanted to do, Calvin Phillips. And that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes a player doesn't quite fit into a squad. And that is life, unfortunately. You don't know until you know. And wish him best of luck at West Ham. Hope he goes well for him so he gets a move there, because it'd be a good one for his career. So in terms of the team news, a whole myriad of information. John Stones is back in training, and Guardiola said he will be available for selection against Spurs. Ederson is also fine after his injury at Newcastle. That was just an impact injury, a cut, and he's available. There's an Erling Haaland update. Erling Haaland is back in training, but Guardiola confirmed he's still a little bit further out. He said about the injury, we thought it was a little less, but it was a little bit less of a fracture of the bone. It was a little bit of a fracture of the bone. It's a muscular issue that you can do a little bit and come back a little bit sooner. When you have this kind of injury, it's a question of time. Oh, he said if it was a muscular injury, you could do a little bit and then come back a little bit sooner. But with this, it's a question of time. And so basically, he did fracture a bone, which is unfortunate, a lot of pain. Apparently, he's not felt any pain for 10 days now, so he's getting close to recovering. Apparently, they're going to look for minutes against Burnley. Guardiola said, if people say 6 to 8 weeks, it's 6 to 8 weeks. It's not about as much as you work. Go to Abu Dhabi or don't go. He'll be sure. The bone needs time to close and heal to make his procedure, and now he's at the end. So he's nearly back. The bone is healed, which is looking good, and hopefully the Burnley game should come good for him. But De Bruyne, totally available. Guardiola did say he's ready to start if they want to use him. Stones back, Ederson fine, Akanji still out unfortunately, but the squad is starting to look pretty good at the moment, which I'm very, very excited about. In terms of the actual starting lineup and how he could look, it's hard to work this out. I'm looking at how we played against Newcastle in the lineup. The lineup against Newcastle was Ederson, Vardiel, Ake, Diaz, Kyle Walker, Rodri, Kovacic, Doku, Silva, Foden, Alvarez. I'm wondering how Guardiola will look. We know how Spurs play. They're aggressive. They attack. They keep the ball really nicely. I do wonder if Guardiola will be tempted to change things around a little bit and go for more possession-based system in terms of like maybe Grealish instead of Doku. I don't know, but we'll think about the team. So Ederson will start. I think almost certainly Ederson's going to start. I think he will play given Ortega. I don't know, maybe he won't do. I think he will do. I think he'll get a game. I think Ederson will start. I think the defence will sort of carry on as is, really. I think Stones will be on the bench. And I think Vardiel, Ake, Diaz and Kyle Walker will all start at the back. It worked against Newcastle, it did, and I think it's going to be the same again here. I can't see any change. I also can't see a change from Rodri and Kovacic. I thought Kovacic and Rodri worked really well against Newcastle. It's our most balanced midfield right now, I reckon. But I do wonder if we'll see a start for De Bruyne. I think we might do, you know. I think actually Kovacic might miss this game. I think he's going to play in midfield of Rodri, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. Phil Foden on the right and Jeremy Doku on the left. And Julian Alvarez through the middle. The potential changes are De Bruyne could still be on the bench. Or it could be that Phil Foden plays on the left, Doku misses out, Bernardo's on the right, De Bruyne is there, ahead of Kovacic and Rodri. It could be that. It's very hard to predict this actually, because I don't know what stage De Bruyne is back. And we also don't know what De Bruyne's return means for Foden and Grealish and Doku and Bernardo in terms of where they're going to play, and Kovacic too. Will he play with a double pivot with Kovacic and Rodri? Will he go for Rodri on his own with Bernardo and De Bruyne ahead of them? Will Foden play as an 8 as well, alongside De Bruyne with Bernardo on the right? It's so hard to predict, but I'm going to say it might actually be Rodri, Silva, De Bruyne. I think Doku does get the start ahead of Grealish. Doku didn't play that good against Newcastle. It wasn't bad. Oscar Bob, of course, came on and won the game last minute. Does Oscar Bob get a rare start, you know? That's something to consider. I don't think he does. I'm going to say actually Grealish and Alvarez. I might be wrong there. We will see. That's what I reckon. In terms of Spurs, well, their results, as I said, they've had a weird one. Loads of players injured. And they are currently missing a few players right now as well. I think Kulusevski's back for them. Van der Ven should be okay as well. And I think actually a big thing for them is that James Maddison is back. And I think Postecoglu has said that he should be available to start. Ben Davis as well should be available. They've still got some players out. Ryan Sessegnon, Alaho Veliz, Mana Solomon, Lo Celso as well. And I think Son as well is, of course, out at the Asian Cup. I think Pape Sarr and Bissouma are at the African Cup of Nations as well. So they've got Pape Sarr and Bissouma away and Son as well. So some key players there. But they have got Maddison back, which is a big thing for them. I'm expecting them to be something like Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Udogie, maybe Højbjerg and Bentancur. Maybe Brennan Johnson and Kulusevski, and maybe Timo Werner and Richarlison. Son could start, actually, so I might be talking nonsense there. We will see. In terms of my prediction, look, at some point, we're going to have to score a goal there. I think we do score a goal. And I actually fancy us in this. I think the way that they play is so different. They're so aggressive, of course, and they're always on the front foot. And they play such a possession-based system. They're aggressive. They attack. We saw that already this season when against us, where actually we drew 3-3 and they scored their chances, but we were the better side in that, and we should have really won that game. I can see it being a bit similar, but I do think the added quality of De Bruyne is going to really help here. They're going to play that really high line that they do. I think De Bruyne is going to eat that space up absolutely with his passing range. This is the temptation for Doku, I guess, arguably. You could say with Doku, with De Bruyne's crossing to the back post and his pace. Foden, of course, as well, will find a little bit of joy. You wish you had Haaland, don't you? Because he would have been perfect for this. I'm expecting him to play their possession-based system, to press aggressively, to Son to try and run in behind if he plays. But Richarlison is in a decent reign of form for them. Having said that, I still think we're going to win. I think it's going to be a really good game. I'm going to say a 3-2 Man City victory. I think we'll go through tonight. I think it's going to be electric, but I can see us ending the curse tonight. I just feel it in my blood. I could be wrong. I hope I'm right. But I reckon I'm going to go for a 3-2 Manchester City victory. Guys, do let me know, of course, what you think will be tonight. Just a quick preview of this one. Looking forward to it. It should be epic, hopefully. And, of course, the match reaction will be live after the watch along tonight as well. You can watch, of course, a video from yesterday about Claudio Echeverri joining, my views on Calvin Phillips and, of course, Omar Barada's moves. It's weird to say that for an executive, but it's true. He went to United. He was contentious for a reason. Calvin Phillips to West Ham. Go watch those videos. They should be on screen right now. For now, though, I'll catch you at 7:30 tonight for the watch along. 7 o'clock for the watch along. In a bit. Bye-bye.